And when gas was close to $4 a gallon, it seemed like everyone wanted to get into a hybrid to make that their next car. But now, with gas at less than $2 a gallon, will we see the return of the giant SUV? Crawford's Jonathan Bloom live in our newsroom now with some answers. Looking at this for us tonight. Jonathan, what do the experts say?
Well, Chris, the short answer is maybe, depending on how long those bargains at the pump continue. You see, at a time when people are struggling just to pay the bills, it's not all about whether a car will save the planet. It's about whether it'll save you money. At the Ellis Brooks showroom in San Francisco, the SUVs still aren't selling.
People still seem to be focused on better fuel efficiency, even though gas is half what it was 3 months ago.
Customers got in the habit of looking at these stickers, and when they see 14 miles a gallon, they keep right on moving. But how long will that habit last? We asked our energy expert at UC Berkeley.
The evidence is that if prices stay low a long time, people will forget the gas crunch and go back to buying bigger vehicles.
What's a long time?
A long time is on the order of a year or two.
Professor Dan Kamen says it's easy to see why. This Malibu hybrid costs about $7,000 more than the Chevy HHR. It also uses 40% less gas. At $4 a gallon, Kamen says it would pay for itself in about 3 years. But at $2 a gallon, it would take twice as long to make up the difference.
Many people buy vehicles and don't expect to have them for 6 years. So you're getting in that kind of discount territory where people might not see the benefits purely economically.
And Kamen says that could translate directly into dirtier vehicles and more polluted air. Now, politicians have some ideas to stop that from happening. One idea is to put a floor on gas prices. Let's say it's $2 and gas sells for $1.87. Well, they'd still charge you $2, and the other 13 cents would go into a state fund for alternative energy research. The other is called a fee-bait. You buy a dirty car, you have to pay a tax, and that money goes directly to reduce the price for someone who wants to buy a cleaner car. But remember, it's only an issue if gas prices stay low. So will they?
My forecast is that we rise, but slowly, over a couple years.
And during that couple of years, Kamen says we could see American consumers forget about high gas prices and drift away from greener cars. So we want to know what you think. We have our live blog going on our website, cron4.com. We want you to log on and tell us, first of all, are you less likely to buy a hybrid now that gas is cheap? And what do you think about governments penalizing people who buy gas guzzlers and rewarding those who drive cleaner cars? We want you to sign on to cron4.com for a live discussion. I'll be moderating it from the Cron4 Interactive Desk, and I'll be back in a little while later in the hour with some of your comments. For now, live in the newsroom, Jonathan Bloom, Cron4 News.
Jonathan, looking forward to that.
Turning to the economic crisis, earlier this hour, you may recall, we talked about the big three automakers' pleas for help from the government and how they hope hybrids will help their future. Well, Cron4's Jonathan Bloom has been online with our viewers tonight. He joins us live from the newsroom now with an update on the discussion on this subject that's been going on. Jonathan.
And a lively discussion it has been, Pam, that's for sure. We got a lot of comments about hybrid vehicles. Wilfred said that even though gas prices are down, he would still buy a hybrid. One other guest said he would only buy a hybrid if that hybrid were cheap. One person, PK, says that that's why PK votes for no automaker bailout. That is the fact that automakers haven't been making hybrids, and he says the writing has been on the wall, so to speak, for some time. S. Witt says it's time to move on from gasoline and it should not be a monetary decision. One person, Al Karstensen, goes a step farther and says those who purchase the gas guzzlers should be taxed higher and those funds should be used for hybrid, electric, or alternative fuel vehicle development. Of course, that's part of what we were talking about a little earlier in our story with the fee-bait, a tax for people who buy gas-guzzling vehicles that then goes to reduce the price of hybrid vehicles. We'll be on the website until 9 o'clock, so please sign on and share your thoughts. In the newsroom, Jonathan Bloom, Cron4 News.